So Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift will make room for him. When he talks about room, gives you opportunity, open doors for you to be successful. Well, my story is different. So this is a piece of me. My name is Mimi K, and this is a piece of Mimi. So today I'm basically going to be talking about my failed entrepreneurial journey. Okay, so I think in 2018, I decided to start a business. Two businesses, actually. One was an event organizing company. The other was an African print, like an already made, already made dresses company where, I had a designer who will make all these easy to wear outfits to sell, because I actually love easy to wear. If you know me, I'm not a super heel person. It has to be an important event for me to jump on heels. I like my easy dresses. I like my easy hair, easy clothes. So I decided that, since that is an area that I easily, in fact, it's my forte, let me just jump lash on it and see if I can make some cash from it. As per Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gifts will make room for him. So I tried. And so many things happened to me on that journey to start my own business. First, I think that I got disappointed on arrival. So when I made my first dresses, I wore them. I made them, and then I wore them to the office. And I remember my colleagues saying that, I want something like this. I said, I make them actually. So if you want, just order. And then I designed a flyer. I started an Instagram page. And I shared it to one important person in my life. Guess who that person could have been? Someone would say my father. No. Maybe my best friend. Nah. It was my boyfriend at the time. I shared it with him and I was hoping to get, oh, wow, congratulations, baby. I got, okay. I'm like, okay, what? So I think that particular thing discouraged me. However, I didn't stop immediately. I tried selling the outfit. My friends around me patronized me, seriously. They did patronize me. Then at some point, I realized that I couldn't go beyond my friends. And so I tried different mechanisms. Like I post on my Instagram page, I put it on my status, I'll put it somewhere. Like I just kept doing. But the doing wasn't doing. Like it just wasn't happening. And I remember I woke up one day and I had like 3 skirts, already made skirts. And I think some 2 or 3 dresses in the bag that had all those outfits in that I sewed. And then I just said, you know what, I'm just going to wear them and I'm not going to bother myself selling them again. Growing up, when things went bad for my family financially, I sold charcoal. So when people put the charcoal seller's daughter will wear white, I am actually a charcoal seller's daughter, actually. Yeah. So, things went terrible for my family. So I sold charcoal and I sold boiled eggs. Yeah. So my mom was confident that anytime I start a business, it will be successful. So I asked her, so what did I do to make that business run? Because apparently that was the money that she used in, paying for our school fees and sourcing the family out when, my dad couldn't. So I asked her, how did I run? It's like, you just put the things together and just went out and sold them. So maybe you have a gift inside of you that just sells. So just try to, tap into that, revive that, because you haven't done this in a long time. You've been in the corporate environment for a very long time. So maybe you should try. Brothers and sisters of the Lord, I tried everything I could. In fact, I started hanging the clothes where they made them. So there was a lady that was making them for me. I would go and hang the clothes there and it would not sell. It just wasn't selling. Then my event company, I designed a flyer. I think I did 2 events for my friend. One was a runway show. The other was a birthday party? Yes. So I bought the drinks. They had a venue. It wasn't anything major, but I put it on my name and I said, event company we will start it. That one day was so sad. So how to get the events, okay, if it's not my friend, was a problem. I think that generally what happened to me was I was excited about the ideas and I started communicating the ideas rather than putting flesh on the ideas. Rather than build the ideas properly and put them in document and build a solid, running idea before I ran with it. But I was just so excited that, this brain has cracked and gotten something exciting. So that's what happened to me a lot with my business. The third business that I decided to, I started was a property management company. So it was more like a real estate. And already I had clients that, I was already working with. So there was a developing area where I lived. And then I would go there to the contractors, the foremen, and I would tell them that, listen, when this building is ready, I want to be an agent. Because I heard that, money day inside. So I said, wherever there's money, I must appear now. So I went in and I spoke to the people first of all, and I tried to get business. I will get the client to come and check the venue, check the property. And then the next thing, the person is already moving in without me. So they'll pass my back and go and get the property. And it just kept happening. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So I'd ask the owners, like, what happened? So don't I get a share for bringing this person? Like, oh no, they called us and they did this and they did that. And so they already have the property actually moving in. I'm like, people, at what point do you, do this? And then I'll call them and they'll not mind me. The next thing they're already in the house. So you can't really go and fight. You can't really go and demand anything from them. And I kept, fighting that battle. It just kept happening. I remember that my first cash out on that property thing was a gentleman. He has asked me never to mention his name, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But he has started it on a bigger scale, a very large scale. So he was like, Mimi, come and be my agent and I'll help you get the client and you just follow them up. You speak well, you do this. So just go ahead and do it for me. I remember my very first time I went out to get business. I got business. Business came to the company. Yes, I wasn't just interested anymore. I realized that my heart wasn't there. It was just about the money for me. And I had no passion in real estate. However, I could have made it a business that someone else could run. I didn't do that. I just closed it up and I just kept moving. And then I decided to want to start frozen protein, like, a cold store. Ladies and gentlemen, that also didn't happen. And I just kept realizing that something kept happening. That there was a pattern. Now, the pattern was that the idea will come today. Mimi will talk about it today. Mimi will discuss it today. Mimi will start arrangement today without having to put it on pen and paper, talking about how to start, where we will go through, and how we will land. I didn't do any of those. I was just excited, super, super excited about my ideas. And so I was so in a hurry to execute than to start designing the actual plan. And I just kept doing that. Even when I had realized that this is the problem, I still didn't do anything about it. So shout out to the field entrepreneurs in the house. I happen to be your class prefect. I just failed at it. So I remember that someone asked me to help them design a business plan. And I was doing the thing now. I was designing the business. I'm like, so I can actually do this. I remember a friend of mine told me that, he was praying for me and said that, Mimi, I break any spirit of, I know, I sabi in my head, but I know the feel make it work. That spirit is a very, very terrible spirit. How did I get out of it? Well, I don't have a business of my own now as an entrepreneur or whatever, but I have an idea to speak to entrepreneurs or to speak to people who want to start their own businesses. My super uncle, Josiah Aisen, will tell you that not everybody is an entrepreneur, but there are a lot of people who can teach entrepreneurship. why can they teach entrepreneurship? Because they're failed at it and now they found answers to how you shouldn't fail at it. You won't repeat that same mistakes. But I have come to discover that mine wasn't to be an entrepreneur, but I needed that experience to teach people. However, if I knew what I know today, I probably would have been an amazing entrepreneur having my own business. Oh, I have forgotten one thing. I also started a rental company. Oh my God, that business was just amazing. I had business from government and amazing business. But as per usual, I didn't put, systems in place. I didn't put structures in place. So I just failed that day. Was I the problem? Yes, I was the problem. Did I sabotage my business? Yes, I did. Because once you start a business or once you start a new venture or you start anything new, you need to understand how it works. Because even when it's successful, even if it is successful from the beginning, or even when it is successful from the beginning, it might not end that way because you don't have systems and structures. So that's the solution. However, I have failed at so many things more than I have won at so many things. But one thing about me though, just like I celebrate ideas, I celebrate very little wins. So you might see this smiling face coming up, wearing a beautiful zebra t-shirt, wearing a nice brands scarf, and just being around and just chilling. But I have failed at so many things more than I have won at. But what I do a lot is celebrate the very little wins. And that is my secret to super happiness. Because I'm super happy about knowing the things that I know now. This is a piece of me. My name is Mimi K. Catch you on the next video. But remember, the only way you can actually help me win at this particular one, because this one I must win, is subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Mimi K. See you in my next video.